I'm missing that tonight. I'm gonna let you tonight. You just put it on. And go run around. You go class for you, my nigga. For the road. The world's turning its back on me. I'm a privilege. We got so, he got so, but I gotta be through it. Like, man, what God, I tell you what. Don't press with us. Let's finish her. We can't forget it before we remain in the church. So in the Lord, so please, forgive me for the time that I give on and bring his gift. I don't respect the yoke, bring on the people to this day. You see what I'm getting trying to pick up with the blasphemy. They said every minute matches up the grind for a high share. That was a grand trip. They hunted like grand fell. But ain't no getting out the days that you punch. Or if you take that office or nothing, and try to give them to a priest, you won't make it out there work for it. So you can stay. Make sure you got the whole say your name 3 times and it's there to a partner. So how you feel about this truth, about this show? You ain't like these things that you do. Even your own people gonna be shocked. And the Lord said they hate you for my name, cause you better keep it on. Ain't no more kiss, ain't no more question. Make sure my listen to the
damn, I got married with you,
we keep it pushing in this life, I don't know why. It's so smoke, never try to. They tear down my brother, be the head, so I don't fall to you. And like how you ain't focused, I told you, I'm motivated because you do my niggas. Brother, weapons still got weapons on the street. Y'all never do my niggas like Christian did right here. Never mind, you don't believe. They up there in the street. So they said she leaving, said she wanna let that love go. So I let that love go. But if I bring you to our bed, it's a better hope. So, how you feel about this truth, about this show? You say that everything you nigga, I should hope. Even your own people gon' be shown. And the Lord said they hate you for a name, so you better keep it on. Take that.
You ever experienced where you plan out a whole lifetime with somebody and their life can take you too soon? So now that story planned out in your head to like 9 pages. Look, red lyrics that you never ever scroll, never. Remember the times we had these before, way back. It hurt me bad. She was 21 years old. You wasn't no 7. This will seem like it's a joke, so I can still talk about you as if you was never gone, man.
Oh shit.
You ever experienced where you plan out a whole lifetime with somebody? Look, red lyrics that you never ever scroll, never. Remember the times we had these before, way back. It hurt me bad. She was 21 years old. You wasn't no 7. This will seem like it's a joke, so I can still talk about you as if you was never gone. The man in that box is got to be your clone. But shout out to the niggas gone tonight. My niggas gone, so shouts to help me cope inside. Why they explode? Missing pants got me missing, I don't hope. Missing payments and your niggas stay broke. I'm missing my niggas turn into a ghost. And they can't reach the toes, but feel they pour a dose. When you really close is when it really hurt the most. And when you really love someone, it's hard to let them go. You left them equal to see them, that you gotta grow up. And that you got some missing places, your story never wrote. Cause your weeks won't do you no good, no matter how good. It's a feeling I wrote. I just my God, but show his face. It's a story I wrote, and it's missing pages. Cause your weeks won't do you no good, no matter how good. So that's the feeling I wrote. I just wish I'm not focused on their face. That's the story I wrote. I'm just missing pages. And it's missing pages. In the house of my life, it's missing pages. Yes, I'm not kidding. It's missing pages. I wanna Feel nice, feel tight, before you castle the West, feel nice, into a nigga head, you make out sight, when I put it on sight, I just pull a trigger, kill another nigga, another statistic, now he's another villain, kissing his mother, this story never finished, this is just another sentence, shut up, like he missing. It's a case, gotta listen, I don't know. It's a case, and the niggas say broke. Listen, my niggas, they listen to the coast. I can't read the toast, but you really go more. When you really close, it's really hurt the most. When you really muscle on this, hard to let it go. You should live with a person like this, you ain't even know. And that person is a case, cause I hope. Cause we so won't do you no good, no matter how good. No. This is where they are from. I think it's my God. This is story y'all wrote in this mission page. Cause we so won't do you no good, no matter how good. So this is where they are from. I think it's on my focus, your face. This is story y'all wrote in this mission page. Cause we so won't do you no good, no matter how good. No. This is where they are from. I did this, my God, broke and show his face. This is story y'all wrote in this mission page. Cause we so won't do you no good, no matter how good. So this is where they are from. I did this on my broke and show his face. This is story y'all wrote in this mission page. You got cops killing niggas. In this mission page, bring all white folk killing niggas. Go pop, cause we so won't do you no good. Niggas killing niggas, you know. This is story y'all wrote in this mission pages.
Hey, that nigga talking to go ahead. Shalom, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shah, Barakatah to the brothers. Shalom, Yahweh Shema, Halatah, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah to my sisters. Welcome to the ISUPK Friday Lashawan Qadash. That's Holy Tongue. This is the class about your language, Israel. We are the ISUPK, started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. And since 1969, we've been putting forth the truth in the whole earth. And under command in general, how that truth is that you, so-called black man, you so-called Native American man, you so-called Latino man, woman, and child, you are the children of Israel, the lost children of Israel, found in the Bible. We also want you to know that your oppressor, you know who he is the devil that the Bible speaks of. Again, I'm Officer Mashah, Officer of 1,000 Mashah, coming to you out of the Detroit camp with the Lashawan Qadash. As we always do, we're going to go over the basic characters. We're going to go over the basic characters, and we go through this pretty fast because if you stay long enough, if you write it down, y'all know I always tell you that get your pen, get your paper out, write it down. That's how you learn this language. This language is your language. This is the same language that the whole earth spoke at the Tower of Babel, the Lashawan Qadash. Before the Most High sent the angels down to confuse their language, the only language spoken in the earth is the Lashawan Qadash. It's the language that Adam spoke. And so we're getting back to it. Here we go. We're giving you the characters, and I'm only going to do it in the Hebrew. You understand? We're only going to do Hebrew. We're going to get off into the Assyrian, but I'm not going to be writing English characters, American characters. You understand? You're not going to see no H, no A, no R. We don't do that anymore. So what we should suggest you do is when I announce what the sound of this character is, you write that down if you need that. This is the first character. This is A. Ba. Ga. Da. That's Ha. And the reason we're doing this is because it's time to memorize the characters. You see, this right here is Lashawan Qadash. And most of the class, they can read that. Lashawan Qadash. What you hear me saying, A, Ba, Ga, Da, Ha, that's the sound that this character makes. You got that? Wa, Za, Kha, Come.
When you just wrote, you said ka?
Kha, not Ka, but Kha.
No.
This one here.
Go ahead.
Come. Ta. This one get used to. You're going to see this a lot. That's Ya, as in Yahweh. Remember I said that was Ha right here? Remember I said that was Ha? Ya, Ha. All we got to do is come up with the word, right? What? See that? You're going to see that a lot. Yahweh Shai, you're going to see that a lot. That's why it's important to learn these characters. This is Yah. That's Ka. As opposed to
That's
Ka.
yeah. That's
Like it. So you got Ka, not to be confused with Kha. That's just a guttural sound, you know. And the next one's real easy. Most people got these memorized. You got La, Ma, and Na. Most people got that memorized along with it. Because you got La, Ma, Na, equivalent to L, M, N in the English language. So it's pretty easy. La, Ma, Na. That is Sa, I, Pa, Za, Kwa, Ra. Now be careful not to get the Ra mixed up with the Ba. You see that? You gotta be careful not to get those mixed up. Sha and Tha. Be careful not to get the Tha mixed up with the Ta. Remember, it's Cha, Ka, Ta, Tha, Ba, Ra. Those are the ones that normally get mixed up when you're trying to read from the scrolls, something like that. Those are the ones that normally get mixed up. Give you a little bit of time to write that down. Is there any questions? Here we go. I don't see any questions. So we're going to erase this. Just erase. We're going to go a little slower on this. This is the Assyrian. This is the Assyrian. That's your Ah. Ba, Ga, Da, Ha,
Oh, snap. Why did you like it?
that's your Wa, that's your Za. Now notice how closely those look alike. The Y comes straight down while the Za is going to come to a slight angle. This is your Kha. This is your Kha. Not much different than your Ha. But what the difference is your Ha is not connected up here, where over here, your Kha is connected. Just a little bit of difference. Where we at here? Kha, okay. That's your Ta. So this is a little bigger here. There we go. That's your Ta. That's your Ya. That's your Ka. That's your La. That's your Ma. That's your Na. That's your Sa. That's your I. That's your Pa. That's your Taza. That's your Kwa. Your Ra. That's your Sha. And that's your Tha. And that's the Assyrian. Just keep practicing those. If you don't have a sheet, leave me something in the text, in the chat room. If you don't have a sheet, and we'll get you a sheet that has the Assyrian on it. Alrighty, that's the Syrian, the same characters. And from this point on, we're going to be working in the ancient. Remember, one of the reasons we teach our language is because the scripture says that there are things uttered in Hebrew that's when uttered in a different language, it doesn't have the same force. It doesn't have the same force. You say Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shabbarakatah. It's not so difficult to translate, but to say it even word for word, it's not going to be the same. Just say, wish you blessings in the name of Yahweh Shah. It don't have the same force. It don't have the same force. Even when we read the 83rd Psalm in the English, it doesn't have the same force as it seemed to have in the Hebrew. Now, remember last week we was talking about tense. And that tense, as in learning languages, is talking about past, present, and future. All right? Past, present, and future. And words change. We also talked about whether something was masculine, feminine, or singular or plural. You need all of that, you know what I'm saying, all of that to make up languages, to get languages to be coherent. You gotta know if you're talking about something that's gonna happen, has happened, or is in the process of happening. Is it one thing going on? Is it more than one thing? And if it's dealing with females or if it's dealing with males. And all that get thrown into the mix, and you can actually have what? Plural, female, and male in a conversation with a singular one at the end somewhere. It get all mixed up. So you have to be ready to put that together. So we talked about the tenses. The present tense is like I am, you are, he, she, or it is, or we are. If we're talking about right now. If we're gonna use the word watch, let me go find the basic word watch. We're gonna start right back there again. Watch is literally Sha Ma. Shamar. Watch it literally Shamar. You got that? Shamar. That's watch. So we're going to take this word shamar and we're going to, based on tense, we're going to flip it. So let's say I am watching. That means present tense. I'm currently watching. How would we do that? How would we do that? First, you got to know I, what's that? An, right? Anya. Anya. That's I. Now, I watch is the same thing as I am watching. See, I watch is current is absolute presence. Where we say I am watching. So instead of watch being just shamar, then we got to go shawamar. Shawamar. Sha wa mar. I am watching. I am watching. This is am watching. Shawamar is am watching. Now, this is in am watching. This is giving you also, remember I told you earlier, it was masculine, feminine. This is singular, and this is masculine or feminine. Either one can use this. I am watching. You see that? Or Anya Shawamar. Anya Shawamar. Okay. Because if it's female, right? If it's female, it's going to be Shawamara. You see that? Shawamara. All we would do, and that is, watch this. If that's the way it was written, I would assume it's a female. If it was written like this, I would not assume it's a male, but it could be either or, a female. Shawamar or Shawamara. Shawamara. You see that? So if you say you watching, meaning singular you, and you a male, remember you is what? Ah, Tha. How's they spelling that? Okay. And then it's Sha, Wa, Ma. Now what this is right here, this is you are watching, and it's for masculine. It's masculine. You see that? And it's masculine. And this again is Ah, Tha. If you go to translate, this will show you that you must add that H at the end because of the word, the way the word is made up. Atha, you. And if it's the feminine, of course, it's still Atha, Sha, Wa, Ma, Ra. This is the feminine. Got that? Can everybody still see? Looking for the decent. Can't see first letters on second line. Oh, Salaki sis. I hope I got it better. I hope it's better now. Sister says she can't see the first letters on the second line. How does that look now? Is it better? we talking about right here. I know we got a little light issue up around here, but we seem to be good down here. Is that any better? Calm, okay. So y'all with me? Atha, Shawamar, Atha, Shawamara. Watch out for that feminine. You gotta watch out for that feminine, okay? Here we go. Watching is Shawamar or Shawamara. Well, watch is just Shamar. That's the word for our security is Shamar. And that's interesting. You know that's straight biblical. Because the Shamar, when we was in our homeland, and sometimes when we went back to build our homeland, the Shamar was on top of walls where they could look for miles and miles to see if the enemy coming. And they had horns and all of that. That's what Shamar is for, is to watch out for trouble coming at Israel. And that's what our Shamar does today, the same thing. So we understand the word Shamar is a good word to use in this exercise. Now, where were we? We got that. He. Let's go with he is watching, she is watching, and we are watching. Okay, we want to see how we put those. We're still working with the word watch. Salaki. Shalom. I'm in the middle of my class right now. Shalom. Salaki. All right. He is Hawa Shawamar. He is Hawa. Okay. Remember what I was in here. Let's do this. I am going to put some English letters up here. I is equal to Anya. Anya. Okay, we're gonna work with this side of the board. I want this, this right here is watch. So this is I. The next word we're finna work with is he. Okay. He. And what is that in the Hebrew? Ha. Wa. Ah. Is that right? Hawa ah. Hawa ah. Okay. That's he. And when you say I, remember this can be masculine or feminine. And this is, of course, just masculine right here. That's masculine. So our I. That's he. And why I'm teaching these, because this is a quick way, this is a way to help you transition into speaking more Hebrew on your own. There's certain things we do. We say Shalom, Yahweh Shem HaShabbat. We got that down. But it'd be all right, it'd be even better to say Anya Tawah, I'm doing good, Anya Tawah, you see. We have no problem saying the water Adawan. We have the water Adawan. We have no problem. The water you see. The water Akwas. We have no problem, but let's keep pushing it on to where we get even more personal. Anya Tawah, I'm doing good. I'm good. How do we ask somebody how they doing? in Hebrews. This is why we're going with this. It's going to flow into that instead of just trying to memorize. Anya, and he is what? Awaha. Hawaha. 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 Salakia. Hawaha. And that's why we practice. Okay. Is watching, and of course what we said that was Sha wa ma. See that? Now this is she. We already know that's feminine. What is she? She is Haya'a. Ha-ya-a. See that? He, Hawa'a, she, Haya'a. Haya'a. See that? And you better believe this is going to change to Sha, Wa, Ma, Ra. I'm not even looking at the paper. I'm not even looking at the paper, but because I already know it's feminine, she, we already work with that. Mara, male, masculine, Mar. You see that? You see that? We already know. She is watching. He is watching. I am. Sha, Wa, Mar. I am watching. Masculine or feminine, it doesn't matter. Here's what's important. I, he, she. I, Anya, Anyaha, or Anya. That's right, disconnected. Anya. He, Hawa, she, Haya, 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 not hi, but ha, Hawa, Haya. You see that? That is she, this is watching. As you build your vocabulary up, you'll be able to connect those words much easier. Everybody got that written down? We got the understanding, masculine and feminine, masculine only, feminine only. You got that? You need to know another word. That's we. And we is like I. It could be masculine or feminine. Everything is going to work the same way. Anachna. We. And it's going to show you something else too. Nak. Na. Wa. Anak nawa. Anak nawa. You see that? Now watch how shamar, watch how the word is transformed because it's now we. Before this was I, he, and she. What do they have in common? It's all singular. It's all one. You see that? It's all one. I is just one individual. He is just one individual. She is just one individual. But when we say we know it's more than one. And the word would be shawamar yum. Shawamar yum. Your yum is the plural. So we got Sha, Wa, Mar, Yum. See that? Shawamar Yum. Make sure we can see that. Everybody see that last line? So make sure we write this down. Aquathian. What I just said. That's more than one system. Aquath is a sister, but Aquathian. And the end of that, Yam. See that Yam at the end? A Shawamar Yam. That's plural. It's absolutely plural, but it's masculine. For if it was plural and feminine, it would be Waf. Akwathyam. Akiyam. You hear that? Akiyam. More than one brother. Ak, my brother. Yam Akiyam is more than one brother. I'm talking to more than one brother. Akwaf is my sister. Of Wakiyin. Wait a minute. Female. Akwaf. Akwaf. Akwaf is more than one sister. Akiyam and Akwathian. You see that? It changes. Plural, masculine, plural, feminine, plural, and distinguish between singular. All right? I, Anya, he, how I, she, Hayaha, and we, Agnak, Nawa, Agnak, Nawa, Agnak, Nawa. You see that? We, Agnak, Nawa. Okay, I'm gonna give you some more. Just giving you the short version. They, we already see we is Agnak Nawa. That sounds pretty rough to say until you get used to it. But you'll have that problem with they. If the they is masculine, then it's ham. Ham. If the they is feminine, what do you think it is? If it's ham, for they meaning a bunch of fellas, what would it be for the female? The feminine would be han. Han. You see that? Now, if it's the they male, this is what we will use here. Shawamayam. They are watching. Shawamayam. They are watching. Ham Shawamayam. Or Han, watch this. Han Shawamawath. You see what I'm saying? If it's female. Shawamawath. And we haven't got that yet. So just write that word. Sha wa ma wath. Shawa mar wath. So that would be Hayan Shawa. Remember, this is feminine right here. Shawa ma wath. This wath on the end makes it feminine. You see that? That makes it feminine. Everybody can see that? I take it everybody can see that. We understand a little bit. I know we can get into this and it can all seem like a big fall. But write that down, put it in your notes best you can. All this is present tense. I am, he, she, is, we are, they are. We're dealing with some feminine, we're dealing with some masculine, we're dealing with plurals, we're dealing with singulars. We only use one word, watch, or shamar. Shamar. Anya shawamar. I am watching. We're dealing with the present tense. Am watching, are watching, is watching. You see that? All that is present tense. If I take shawamar and turn it into shawamar thaya, then it becomes past tense. Thaya or tha makes it past tense. You see that? We'll make it past tense. Hawa shamar. Now that's I watched. Where what he watched. Hawa that's right. He. Hawa Shamar, he watched. So Shamar is by itself masculine is okay in the past tense, but if I watch, then there's Shamar Thaya. Then we don't know whether when you say I watch, that's me, but when it's he, it's much easier. You see that? But this is all present tense. This is what you're doing it right now. This is what you're doing it right now. Okay, we're gonna take a break from the tenses. Let's do something we haven't done in a while. Well, while I'm erasing the board, okay, let me give y'all, I've been listening to some new music. I'm gonna put something on real quick. Another one of those Lost Tribe songs. And let's see how this turns out.
truth is my everything. Remain Christian, you'll fall on your ass, but you know you keep the little things. How you wanna sell things? I suppose you'll make the proposal. We'll make that love rain with the drops of the hecklers. We some righteous ass brothers from some certified steppers. We some priests at the end of the day, so we teach it in the streets till the end of the day. We on the front line. We the real that you want in the day before quarter when it's clutch time. And all my brothers is clutch. Squad full of silent killers. We ain't talking too much. But we'll teach you if you're humble. Just learn to follow orders, don't rumble. And he that have an ear, I pray you listen. Young people all in the smoke, we ain't Christians. It's the life of a place that we go with the streets and you know we teach the Jews. Fresh brains in my hand, fresh boots on my feet and you know we keep the jewels. Most of the real days with some certified killers and you know we got the tools. Now they go in Christian, ain't shit sweet, you must have got some rules. Got us confused. God is confused, God is confused, God is confused, God is confused. Now they go in Christian. God is confused, that's like the body niggas. We ain't the same, we some righteous ass hardcore, running in the same. It's a shame that you full of pride. We don't affiliate with none of you clowns. Plus we see you getting nullified. It's the life of a priest and a prophet. Fake niggas be cautious. Words flow, truth look like a phosphorus. The righteous stand bone out of blind form. Crying loud, voice cutting through a quiet storm. Like King Kyle with a fireball. If we smoke when we drop the cannons, no fire come. The hope of the truth, we don't play around. Hide the women and the liquor when we take the ground. Living in hell will make the best of it, and endure through the rest of it. And you ain't gotta listen if you choose, as long as your feelings confused. It's the life of a priest that we go in the streets and you know we teach the Jews. Fresh braids in my head, fresh boots on my feet, and you know we keep the jewels. Whole squad of real niggas with some certified killers, and you know we got the tools. Nah, nigga, we Christian, ain't shit sweet, you must have got confused, got us confused. God is confused, God is confused, God is confused, God is confused. Nah, nigga, we Christian. God is confused. It's the life of a praise that we go in the streets and you know we teach the Jews. Fresh braids in my head, fresh boots on my feet, and you know we keep the jewels. Whole squad of real days with some certified killers and you know we got the tools. Now they go in Christian, ain't shit sweet, you must have got confused, got confused. God is confused, God is confused, God is confused, God is confused. Now they go in Christian, God is confused.
Shalom, we're back. All right, let's get a little participation. I'm writing something on the board. What I need you to do is tell me what I'm writing up on the board. You know this. You can read this. So as soon as you know, type it in. All right. Type, as soon as you know what that is, type it into the chat room. So it's time to get busy. I know everything's been more like a lecture up until now. So now it's time for you to get busy. Certain things I'm not going to tell you. You should have one of these right here. You should have one of these. If you don't have one of them, let me know. You should have it out right now if you're still fairly new. And what is the assignment? Our assignment is right now is to read this, what's on the board, and tell me what it is. Tell me what it is. There's a few of y'all out there too, so. No, tell me what it is, just read it. As if it's a sentence. Don't give me each individual word. Tell me what it is. It's more than reading an individual word. What is this statement about? Give you a hint. Is this something I would say to sisters? That's the kind of answer I'm looking for. Is this something I would say to a sister? Is your hint. That's your hint. Sisters, I hope y'all paying attention. I need somebody to answer my question. Answer the question. And the reason I do this is I don't want you to forget what you already know when we go to something new. So what is this statement I've written on the board? All right, mighty man. But what is this statement? You're telling me Shalom, Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shah, right? But what is that statement? Is this something you would say to a sister? The answer is no. So what statement wouldn't you say to a sister? Unless your head is covered. You say this almost every time you see a brother. I think y'all overthinking this. I think y'all overthinking it. If I was to ask you, give me one word, what is this statement in one word? What is this statement in one word? We do it at the end of class. We give a what? We give a what? To whom? At the end of every class. After I Shemayim, I'm gonna tell you the same thing. Okay, Shalom Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah. But what is this? What is it called? What is it called? We do it at the end of every class, every live class. What do we do? Okay, about time. Absolutely. Y'all know I'm put that on the screen, right? It's called the salute. This is the salute to the brothers. We do it at the end of every class. Whoever's doing the announcements, I want to first give a courtesy salute to the teacher, Hamajim Shabbat, Hamajim, Barak, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah, Barak Atah. It is called the salute. All right? That's what I'm talking about. I'm not trying to trick y'all here today. Not going to give you something. Just want to know that you're recognizing and asking stuff like that is letting me know that you're able to recognize things as words, recognize not only the individual letters, but to recognize the words as well. You see that? Okay. Let me come up with something else. I might have to make it easier for y'all. Okay, I don't know what's wrong with that fella. Okay. I wonder how many of you guys kept your vocabulary words? How many of you guys kept your vocabulary words? That must be kept, right? Is that kept? No. All right. Let me see if you can come up with these words. You can tell me what these words are in the English. You should already have them written down. We've been over these before. And the longest one is this one. Okay. These are some words. And I need the English equivalent. Well, first, Shalom Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Barak Atah, mean Greek, or salute system, or the salute. Right, you're absolutely correct. No, we would not say this to assistants. We would not say that to assistants. These are 1, 2, 3, 4 words. And good job, by the way, sis. Good job, by the way. And yes, you can call it the Greek. Good job, one and all. Good job, one and all. Now, this is our last exercise for the day. Let's see who can get me what these words are. Give them to me in the Hebrew and then translate it to the English. Give me these words in the Hebrew, then tell me what they mean in the English. I recognize these names in the classroom, so I already know most of you should know this. This is not a statement. These are just individual words. You know what? I'm gonna throw one more up here just to give you a hint. How about that? Now, if you can read it in the Hebrew, you should be, it should not be a problem. I suspect this should only be a problem only about one word. Only about one word. Tell you what, make it easy. First, give me the Hebrew of what these words are. What are these Hebrew words? Just write them out in English letters the way I have it spelled on the board. Appreciate that light. I do appreciate that light. I'm gonna leave that up while y'all doing that. I'm gonna put some music on. While y'all doing that. Uh-oh. Anybody gonna get it? Anybody gonna get these words before the song finishes? Brothers and sisters, come on with it. I need some answers. Easy. All right, we got some coming in. Here's some of the answers. I'm not going to comment yet. Let some of the brothers jump in there. I'm not going to comment yet. Here's some of the answers that came back. I'm loving it. Where my brothers at? If any of the sisters got something they want to put down in here. We can go for one more song. I'm gonna give y'all the correct answers after this song. Anybody else got a comment?
One west to the everything. I'm one west to the everything. I be one west to the depth to the everything. One west to the everything. I'm one west to the everything. I'm one west to the everything. I be one west to the depth to the everything. I be one west to the depth to the everything. From the soul out of everything. Speaking heresy and you fucked up apparently. It's like they dare me. I said shit, they ain't hearing me. They ain't listening. Every bar I just listen.
That's why I watch the mind.
So we start getting ignorant. I be doing soldier shit, I'm talking shit phenomenal. Now that you got so there's something wrong with you.
Don't even try it. Look at it. No, don't say it. Don't say what you was going to say. Write it down. Don't say what you was gonna say. Write down what you think it is in the chat room. That's what you have to do. Write down what you think it is in the chat room. I'm not saying whether them sisters got it right, whether they got it wrong, whether they got it some right or some wrong. Write yours down. ISUPK. I want that to the very I didn't want that to the depth to the very I want that to the very I want that to the depth to the very I know y'all wrote it down. I know y'all wrote it down. Okay, so we see what we got here. What I'm talking about? All right. Okay, we almost out of here. And this is what I'm going to tell you. I've shown everybody's answers. And the reason I'm going to accept this is one answer that's 100% right. The reason I'm going to accept it, even though, right, it's not would be complete. The answer itself shows that the brother has give it away, it's a brother, has an understanding of our language well enough that he knows that this is Ban is son, Ak is brother, what's that? Allah is father. The middle one is Alawat, that's general. Alawat is how you pronounce that. And the last one, of course, is Akwaf, which is sister. Look at here, it's been great working with y'all today. Again, I'm Officer Lashawan. We are the ISUPK coming to you out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. We are under Commanding General Yohana, and since 1969, we have been letting so-called Black, so-called Hispanic, so-called Native Indians know who they are, and they are the lost children of Israel. Shalom, Israel.